Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Welcome, everyone. We are being broadcast live over Van Buren Television, Channel 12. Clerk Wright, would you please call the roll?
Trustee White. Trustee Miller. Here. Trustee Martin. Here. Trustee Frazier.
Here.
Treasurer Bud. Here. Clerk is present. Supervisor.
I'm here. Thank you. As we didn't have a workshop today, we do have a short revised consent agenda consisting of the reappointment of Mr. Leonard Armstrong to the LDFA. He's served many other terms, and pretty much we know we want him back. Also, there's a proclamation for September being National Recovery Month. We're going to read that during the presentation time. Otherwise, it's just pretty much paying the regular bills. We also have only one thing left on our agenda for today, and that is the second reading of a new township ordinance to make it a little bit easier to bring senior housing into Van Buren Township. Other than that, that's all we've got. So let's keep on moving on. I'm going to start with adoption of the agenda. Can I get a motion?
I make a motion.
Trustee Miller.
Support.
Hold on. Okay, who said that? Trustee Miller, Trustee White? Okay. All right, hearing any discussion? Hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? This motion passes. Next item is the adoption of the consent agenda. Trustee Frazier, I believe it's your moment to read that off. Would you make the motion, please?
I make a motion, we adopt the consent agenda for the following: work study meeting minutes of August 19th, board meeting minutes of August 20th, the prepaid list of August 22nd, the prepaid list of August 29th, the voucher list of September 3rd, approval of the reappointment of Leonard Armstrong to the LDFA with a term to expire August 12th, 2023, and approval of the proclamation to make September National Recovery Month in Van Buren Township.
Treasurer Bud, do you support? Yes. Okay. Treasurer Bud supports. This is not discussion, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion passes. Next item is a public hearing, which we have none. The next item after that is correspondence, announcements, and presentations. I'm going to start with Trustee White today.
Thank you, Supervisor. The September Days Senior Center will be hosting a Medicare Roundtable on Tuesday, September 17th at 10 a.m. The Senior Alliance will be at the center for a face-to-face discussion and question and answer information provided on what the latest Medicare trends are regarding seniors. You may sign up at the center.
Trustee Martin?
This September 11th marks the 18th anniversary of the terrorist attacks in New York City, the Pentagon, and in Pennsylvania. We'll always remember and never forget that awful day and the vast number of lives that were lost. The Lunchbox in Belleville is commemorating this anniversary on September 11th with an afternoon ceremony of prayer and reflection at our place of business at 562 Main Street, Belleville, beginning at 5 p.m. and lasting through the evening. We will be offering free hot dogs, refreshments, and other activities. Signed, Rodney Harold, owner of the Lunchbox.
Thank you. Right?
I'd like to announce that we will be having a November 5th Van Buren School special election. I will provide more information once I get that from the county.
Treasurer Bud?
Just to remind everybody that September 14th is the last day for the collection of the summer taxes here at the Township Hall.
Leapfrog. You can go to Trustee Frazier.
Just want to remind the public to make sure they put on their calendar September 14th from 10 to 2 in the parking lot at Menards, which is at 110 Belleville Road. And it'll be a fun family activities will be offered. There'll be food, there'll be entertainment. You can meet and greet with the fire department and our police that protects the community every day. It's our annual Public Safety Day. And there's going to be a lot going on. There'll be, the fire trucks will be here. They'll have the Chase, the K-9 POW officer. They'll have an inflatable slide bounce house, popcorn, slushy machine, face painting, photo booth with props. Sweet Potato the Clown will be here. Pluggy the fire hydrant. Leap child identification kits will be offered. I believe you can have your child's fingerprints taken that day. There'll be photo opportunities with their first responders. So if your child is looking to be a policeman or a fireman, it's a great day to come out and support our public safety workers that do so much every day to keep Van Buren Township safe. Make sure you make it there, September 14th.
I forgot to go, I'm going to go real quick here. The Recreation Department, the third week of September marks the beginning of the Recreation Department's new enrollment. This year, we have gymnastics, which is going off on Saturdays. We have cheerleading going off on Mondays. We have kids Kwando classes on Thursdays. We have kids Zumba classes on Wednesdays. And we have Taekwondo traditional classes that go off on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you're interested in any of those, please contact the Recreation Department. Those classes all start up in the next 3 weeks. Trustee Miller.
Van Buren Township is hosting a opioid awareness forum and Narcan training. This will be held September 12th. Check-ins at 5:30, forum and training at 6. This location is Wayne County Community College off of Haggerty Road. The moderators are Chief Amy Brown and myself. Speakers are Van Buren Township Public Safety Director Greg Lorraine, Officer Ryan McCormick, Patrick Stropes, Manager of Peer Recovery Support Services, U.S. Congresswoman Debbie Dingle, and also Darlene Owens, who is the Director of Substance Use Disorder. Please come out. Please support this event, and you, if you choose to stay for the Narcan training, you will receive a free kit. So look forward to seeing everyone there.
Before I ask you to read the proclamation, do you have any other announcements? Lisa, were you here for an announcement? Okay. All right. Why don't you continue then?
Okay.
Trustee Miller?
Thank you. So in 1992, Congress established the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration, also known as SAMHSA, to lead public health efforts to reduce the impact of substance abuse and mental health illness and to make services more accessible for communities. So every September, SAMHSA sponsors Recovery Month to increase awareness and understanding of mental and substance use disorders and to celebrate the people who recover. We, as elected officials, by signing this proclamation, show support for Recovery Month, which demonstrates to the community that this board shows support for awareness, acceptance, and understanding of mental health and substance use disorders. So at this time, may I read the proclamation? Whereas recovery from mental health and substance use disorders is an essential part of one's overall health and wellness. Whereas treatment and recovery services for mental and substance use disorders and co-occurring disorders are available to the public and has proven to be effective as people can and do recover from such afflictions. And it's important for individual well-being and sustaining the overall vitality of the Van Buren Township community. And whereas social stigma and stereotypes associated with mental health and substance use disorders often creates barriers that can prevent individuals from seeking treatment that benefit their recovery. Whereas the Van Buren Township Board of Trustees encourages relatives, friends, and residents with mental and substance use disorders to implement preventive health measures recognize the signs of a problem, and guide those in need of help to seek appropriate treatment and recovery support services. Whereas substance use disorder recovery is a journey of healing and transformation that enables people to achieve his or her potential in life. Whereas to help more people achieve and sustain long-term recovery, Van Buren Charter Township welcomes and invites all residents to participate in National Recovery Month each September. Now, therefore, the Van Buren Township Board of Trustees do hereby proclaim September is National Recovery Month and call upon the people of the Van Buren Township community, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to commit to increase awareness, acceptance, and understanding of mental and substance use disorders and acknowledge the need for appropriate and accessible services to promote recovery.
Great. And if you are listening and you do have a problem, or if somebody does have a problem and you're confused of where to go, we have actually set up through the supervisor's office a listing of books for numbers. So if you just don't know where to go and don't know where to call us. We'll give you the numbers. We'll send you where you can get some help.
And if I may add, those resource books will be available at the Opioid Awareness Forum as well.
And could I suggest that we also put some of those numbers up on our webpage so that,
The entire book is, but we can do that too.
Okay.
Yes.
okay,
Yeah.
to highlight
It's a
it?
pretty thick
Yeah.
book.
Okay.
On our website, I request that this be posted, that we're
The
participating.
proclamation. Yeah.
Do that. That'd be great. Okay. Is there any other members? Never anybody else? Anybody from the public who wishes to speak? Hearing none, we're going to continue on. Unfinished business, we have none. New business. New business. This is to consider approval of this is a second reading for an ordinance for senior housing. Trustee Miller.
I make the motion to consider approval of the second reading of ordinance 08-20-19 to include new provisions for senior housing in the township's zoning ordinance and correct other sections of the ordinance for consistency.
Trustee Martin? Okay, I have a motion and I have support. Director Best.
Good evening, Board. This is the second reading of the ordinance 80-2019 that includes new provisions for senior housing in the township zoning ordinance and corrects other section of the ordinance for consistency. Basically, what this does is, as you already know, allows us to have senior housing in the multiple dwelling residential districts, mobile home districts, local business C, C1, C2, and mixed-use districts. So it basically corrects the elderly housing, senior housing, and adds it to our zoning ordinance as it's desperately needed to be a permissible use in our community.
Does anybody wish to comment on this? Trustee Frazier.
Well, I'd just like to say, as a trustee, I attended the public hearing at the Planning Commission and expressed that the township needs to accommodate our aging population of 60 and over because it continues to escalate in Van Buren Township. I know that there were several residents that told me they had to move from the township because we didn't have affordable senior housing. And it's important to address all income levels, and it's important to have seniors have access to the many shopping and amenities that our township offers at reasonable prices. We have a lot of services for our seniors. We have a smart van, we have transportation through the senior department. We have a strong senior program with lots of programs to keep seniors vital. And this ordinance, I believe, will provide a solid foundation for reviewing and activating high-quality senior housing development in Van Buren Township.
Thank you. Treasurer Bud?
Just to make a comment that as the rep on the Planning Commission, we had looked at it, we had a public hearing. The Planning Commission has been talking about this for a long time, so it is finally coming to fruition and it will be good.
Okay, this is a second reading, therefore it requires a roll call vote before it becomes law. Clerk Wright, would you please call the roll?
Trustee Martin. Yes. Trustee Frazier.
Yes.
Trustee White. Yes. Trustee Miller. Yes. Treasury Bud.
Yes.
Yes for me. Supervisor McNair.
Yes.
Motion passes.
Thank you very much, Director. Next item is reports, and we have none. Next item is public comment. Is there anybody from the public that wishes to comment? Nope. Okay. Last item would be board comments. Does the board have any comments? Hearing none, I call for adjournment.
I make a motion to adjourn.
Trustee Miller?
Support.
Treasurer Butt. Okay. All in favor? Aye. No against? We're adjourned.
6:19.
Thank you.
Get on before the.